Thank you very much for sticking around for Medical Monday. Now, just in time for summer, it is very humid outside. And one person to watch out for, I shouldn't say person, an animal to look out for, of course, is one of your pets, because there's a lot of things you need to know about, Dr. Smith, right?
Right, yeah. A lot of times I do this in August, but it's a time right now to talk about heat stress and heat stroke. And obviously, in the 90-degree weather we have right now, you've got to pay attention to your pets outside. You've got to pay attention to, if they're an outside animal, make sure they have access to unlimited amounts of water, shade. Don't leave your pet in a car more than a few minutes, if that, because it ratchets up 10 degrees every few minutes. And so you can lose a pet really quickly in this kind of weather.
And you want to make sure you're aware of these warning signs, right?
Right. The warning signs are just they get glazed eyes, they pant. Some of your short-nosed dogs, you see an excessive amount of panting or breathing, rolling over, trying to get comfortable. That's a note of alarm. You've got to pay attention to that.
Okay, and then even around the garden, there's some poison risks. What else would you say?
In the summertime, obviously you've got your mulches, your pesticides, your fertilizers. Be careful your pets are not exposed to that. Cover your bags in your the shaded areas so that the dogs don't get access to them. Because young puppies are very inquisitive and they can kill them very quickly.
Yeah, and speaking of being inquisitive, of course, you're outside, you're doing a lot of work, your pet's out there with you. There's an escape risk, right?
Right. Around your house, your garden, your fence lines, make sure they're closed. Make sure in our house we have an underground fence. Sometimes it's not plugged in. So you got to make sure that your underground fences are plugged in. And that's something to pay attention to this time of year too.
Just cover all your bases. So you want water, it's big.
Water's
also
big.
Shade. Be wary of the warning signs, of course.
Right, and even when you're hiking, a lot of times I just had a pet come in last week that had a snake bite. On the Shenandoah Valley, and is very common up in the mountains, also in Elkton and the Blue Ridge Mountains. Hiking trails, they're out there. The snakes are out getting shade in the same way and in the same pathway that you're heading. So you be careful.
Yeah, so you just got to keep your eyes peeled, especially if the dog is outside or cat or any kind of animal. Of course, always a pleasure when you come in. If you want to if you want to contact Dr. Mark Smith for yourself, Massanutten Animal Clinic, massvets.com, and there's the phone number, 434-2364. Dr. Smith, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Enjoy that nice weather outside, but of course be careful. Tracy Turner will have her forecast after the break, but first, here's Mark Viette with some gardening tips.